Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So today, first actual commercial, although they may not be commercial because I think it might be an experimental can at the time. But anyway, Dungeon Brewing is now a commercial brewery. I did do the Rags to Riches, the one when there was homebrew. I reviewed that. That's up on the top shelf somewhere just there, I think. Yeah, just there. So this was kind of gifted to me at my wedding. So thank you, Mark, for that. Mark is Dungeon Brewing. It's called Mouth Breather. It's 4.2%. There we go. That's what that's on the front. There's the back. I will read it out in a minute. I've just finished 11-hour shift, so I'm ready for a beer, to be honest. So 4.2% IPA. Lovely artwork on the can. Artwork's important. It sells the can, sells your beer. I do find, and I have seen this on local breweries as well, where they've not been that great with the artwork. And not all of us are gifted. I'm not. My artwork will be shite as well. But artwork does mean, it does mean something. So this American hopped IPA is both moorish and refreshing, with plenty of tropical fruit of both aroma and taste. Only a mouth breather will miss out on this. And it says it's gluten free. Why Dungeon Brewing? Well, our first beers were actually brewed in a cold, dark, damp, old school garage gym, from which you could often hear. It's like a effing dungeon in here. It came to be known as the Dungeon. And then it says, we now proudly produce very tasty handcrafted beer in very small batches from our new dungeon in beautiful Derbyshire. So there you go. A little bit of history. I'm actually wearing, because Mark, who is the Dungeon, is actually a friend of Raggy's Beer Reviews. So I'm actually wearing a t-shirt. This is not the first t-shirt. The first t-shirt was a black t-shirt, proper smart t-shirt to be fair. And that night that this happened, I lost the t-shirt. Still have no idea what happened that night, whether I fell or got sideswiped. I'll never know, so I got no beavering on about it. So yeah, there's Dungeon Brewing, Raggy. And on the back, just see that on the back. So got it out especially to do this review, and here we go. So just put that down here in case it splatters everywhere. You never know. Oh no, fine, no issues at all. Right, certainly smells the job, I tell you now. Lovely burst of tropical aroma there, and I kicked it open. I'm the worst pourer in the world. So there we go. Yep, it's a Raggy pour. You can't pour for you know what. So here we go. Ignore the head. Slight haze to this. I class that as... Oof. I'm crap with colours, by the way. I mean... It's a crumb. It's not orange. Yeah. What colour's that? It's a strange one. Colours baffle me at times, and it's like an iron brew colour. So like that sort of colour. And it does look like iron brew, to be fair. Like an alcoholic iron brew. Hey, fair play. Ooh. So on the nose. Oh, lovely tropical bit coming off the nose. I'm sure he's got a cask, or he's had a cask, gone to a beer festival, or going to a beer festival. So proud for that, brand new commercial brewery, still doing his work. Like there's a lot of people who do that, who actually work and do the brewing as a hobby. That their hopes and aspirations for it to go into a full-time job. However, it doesn't always pan out that way. And having that bit of something to fall back on is a good thing. Um, you know, I look around at a lot of the nano brewers, and a lot of them all have a job, and they do the brewing when they can, really. Um, Obviously, it's getting your beer out there, getting your beer on sale, finding outlets that are willing to put your beer, get your beer, and obviously, this channel is always there to promote and help breweries, because it's the little guys that need a bump up. Same as beer reviewers, really. When you first come into doing any hobby or anything, getting that word out there, it's important. It's very difficult to do at times. So unless you spam social media like I do. I'm all over social media these days, but that was funny. It is what it is. So, tropical. Quite a nice bite at that front end, actually. Oh, glad it's not too strong. We'll get back in the car in a bit. I've only come down the shed to do a quick review. One beer review, then go and pick my son up from karate. I'm getting like a fruit salad vibe from it, a tropical fruit salad. I've already forgot what it said on the can, so apologies. I am literally the most forgetful person. I'd never forget if someone was being awful. Yeah, I'd never forget that. But other things, yeah, I'm super forgetful. It is what it is, I suppose. Into yeah, or you know. Ooh, I could session on that. So it's going to be a tough time for any brewery now because of August the 1st. If you don't know about August the 1st, go on social media, because literally every single brewery is moaning. Prices in shops are going up. Beer is going up across the system. Unless you're some big brewery who's producing 3.2, 3.3% beers. And yeah, they're alright. They're alright in a certain place. Basically, it's to stop people drinking too much. What do? You just drink more. Prices, yep, on about 4% on the pint of beer. So literally, something beer has already gone up over the last year because of the cost of living crisis. And now, it's going to be interesting, we might have to all drink a lot less. But in any case, yeah, Dungeon Brewing. Super proud of Mark, Mr. Dungeon Brewing himself. Hopefully, other breweries will do collabs with him. Hopefully. More chance of getting a collab out of a brewery than I ever did, but slight dig towards breweries, but there you go. Here we go. So I let it bubble. I should have I was trying to fill it up without chucking too much all in at the same time. So like I say, let it breathe a bit, see how it cooks. Obviously, basically, I'm down to, while I'm working late, I'm down to one review a day. It is what it is. There's not much. One proper review at least. I have done a few reviews at Neon Raptor at the weekend, which were 4 minute reviews. So, and next door, the Fox and Grape. So I've got a few small reviews, and then I've got the cask beer reviews. So you get a random amount. But these are the beer reviews that I really like to do. The ones where I'm in the shed, I'm talking in the Raggy's tap room. I'm talking. I mean, myself, my own brewing. I ain't got a clue what's going to happen there. After my cock up with grain brewing, my last brew, which is sitting there, and I don't think it'll ever get drank. I think it'll get poured. The Raggy's. I might do a review of it and show you my yeah, failure. It may well have improved. I did have a little bit the other week, and I wasn't happy about it. But hey ho, let's get back to Dungeon Brewing. So yeah, Dungeon Brewing, based in Derbyshire now. I never quite knew where he was based. To be fair, I always thought it was certainly Ashfield, which is obviously Nottinghamshire, but it must just be over the border. He's a cracking lad, and first met them actually because Craig was Dungeon Brewing, and Craig seems to have backed away a little bit. I think we all do what we do in life, but for more, like everyone, you've got an hobby that you want to do, and it's just getting out there, getting that bit of a hand up from micro pubs, predominantly micro pubs. Just getting you on that ladder out there. I mean, I'm hoping that the blokes at Fire Rock, who know Mark and Dungeon Brewing, actually have this beer on their bar in keg form. I don't know whether they can, whether they got the right sort of kegs. That I don't know, obviously. But yeah, I'm hoping that that breweries and pubs, play nicely. Everyone started somewhere, and that bump up from somebody is always good. In some ways, I suppose in some ways, like with social media these days, across my 6 different social medias that I do, obviously, YouTube's the biggest, but across them all, there's quite the following these days. I think TikTok's 1,000. Instagram's about 900. That's always been pretty stagnant on there. I'm obviously not doing it right. I'm not flashing my boobs. Man boobs. Facebook is going up all the time. That's over 600 now. And then I've got the beer review community, which is my side. I let where other people post their beer reviews, and I post some into that, but not all into that. And then obviously Twitter. And and then Freds. Yeah, Freds. It's a funny old name, that is. But it's actually a better platform than Twitter. And what's with the X on Twitter? What's that about? Where's the birdie gone? Put the birdie back. Yeah? Poor little birdie. Oh, that is tasting nice, that is. It looks nice, apart from the knobhead pour. It certainly looks nice. It's tasting nice. Put that next to any big craft beer brewery, and they would drink that and they'd appreciate it. And I know that for a friend of the channel, who's also a friend of Dungeon Brewing, Liam Wusco, he's been sampling. I think he even had a bag in box from what I read. Doing his bit of sampling. You can't be a bit of sampling. They've all been spot on, and all brewers go down the one route. Got to learn your trade somewhere, and unlike me, where you forget to do the mash process, but hey ho, things happen. That's where that's where the instructions didn't help me. But I'm not too worried about doing another Raggy's Golden Ale anyway. Really. I think that's gone now. That period has gone. It was nice. I've still got the bottles. I've got one bottle unopened. But moving on, and best thing, I suppose, really. But yeah. Still got a good bite to it on the flavour front. It's quite nice, long lasting. The tropical, like the fruit salad element. Oh, face. Every time I drink beer, this throbs. Eh? It's like saying, don't drink too much. But yeah, tasting spot on. I've got another 2 to review at some stage. If there's a stronger one, it's not going to get reviewed when I've got to go out. But yeah, cracking beer for me. Like I say, it's great to support, like, you know, great to support breweries on the channel. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you support local? That's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, you support your local shops, you support your local breweries. Give them a nod up, and I'm not the only beer reviewer slash beer tuber. I'm not really keen on the beer tuber. I've never called myself that, to be fair, although people do call you that. But in any case, yeah, you know, wherever you are in the country, I personally think that supporting those locals, you don't have to be predominantly local, you know, depends on where you live, I suppose. Depends how many good breweries you've got on your doorstep and how many not so. There's bound to be a not so somewhere. Or some breweries that don't really, just don't produce that great beer. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you look at the can, and you know, for beers, I think might be an experimental release. So I'm not 100%. I'm sure Mark Dungeon Brewing will comment and probably put me right on the flavours I'm supposed to be getting. I'm just getting tropical flavours, to be honest. I'm getting something that's nice and easy drinking with a good bite, both at the front end and the back end, funnily enough. But loving the artwork. The artwork means a lot. The fact that it says gluten free, the best before down the bottom as well, which is, you know, it's looking good. And can't wait one day somewhere to be pouring this at a beer festival. I do hope Nottingham Robin Hood Beer Festival, you know, the people behind the camera take notice. I don't actually talk to camera at all. I'm not a camera member, never have been. It's just not something for me. You know, I pay money out to be part of something when I'm already doing what I'm doing, promoting the beer scene. It's something that it doesn't, you know, I don't need to be a part of a clique when I'm pretty much, you know, doing my own thing. But, you know, I'm hoping to see this on the one, you know, a beer or a couple of beers from Dungeon Brewing at Nottingham Robin Hood Beer Festival this year on the Nano Bar. Now that would be something. New brewery, you'd think it happened, wouldn't you? You'd hope it would happen at least. But yeah, so tasting good, looks good, good 4.4 out of 5 for me. Yeah, and very interested to see where he goes from here. Obviously, there's the adventure beer route. So, you know, if I'm talking directly to Mark, although I could talk directly to him on chat really, but if I'm talking to Mark in this world, you know, certainly tapping up micro pubs, putting your name out there. You damn well know I'm going to put the name out there, but that's just me. That's me all over, that is. But micro pubs and certainly adventure beer. Certainly when you're canning and you've got quite a few cans to sell, you know, these resources and getting beers out there for sale, it gets you out there and it's exposure, and there's lots of other people who drink beer and who really like to promote decent beer and good people. So yeah, that's my review. Might have rattled on a bit there, but I need to watch out because I've got to go out and pick my son up in a minute. But yeah, thank you for watching as always, and we'll see you soon. Cheers up.